So, good morning, everyone. I may have woken up some of you quite early. Some of you might not have, even gotten up from the bed properly. But then I believe we have a webinar today in the morning at 10:30. So I think Manvi or some of our students are going to be a part of it. So I had to schedule this meeting so early. Okay, now first things first. This I'll try to keep this meeting very short because again we have to prepare for other things also. But I have since in the second session yesterday we did not have maximum participation. So the ones who were present from amongst them, we had given the tasks for the final session, which is going to be tomorrow. Okay. So now, because so many have messaged me in the group and personally also that they want to be a part of this, I have kind of redesigned the entire program and changed a few tasks which have been given. Just a little bit of changes here and there so that we can include more people. Now it is very important for you all to understand. Even though you all have taken very enthusiastic efforts, and you have participated with a lot of zeal in all these sessions, I must appreciate you all for that. And you all have, even all the videos that you all have sent me, even the ones that we could not share later on because I received them late, they are also really good. But I cannot possibly include 45 or 40 children in one session of 1 hour, right? So amongst them, whoever were present yesterday, or whoever we thought, some of them who have not done anything, I want to give them a chance. Some of them who have done really well, I also want to give them a little bit more of a chance. So kind of making a mix and match kind of a batch and trying to include some of you. Okay, the ones who will not be a part of it, do not think that you have not been given any task, or that you have not done your work nicely or anything. I genuinely say that I'm very happy that you all are making the efforts. And each one of you who has even given nothing, not even a video, but maybe just written down the strengths and weaknesses, or tried one step to go one step ahead from the fears that you have, or try to make a story, everything, I appreciate every single effort, because ultimately it is all a reflection of the fact that you want to learn, or you want to get better at it. And that is what is more important. Even if we don't get a chance in this session, we will get chance in the future sessions, in school or in life. You will keep yourself giving those chances, um, by your own self, by taking your own initiatives. Okay. So again, I will explain the entire schedule in some time, but before that, there are few things that I want to tell you all as a kind of a conclusive, a little brief of all the sessions that we did. Okay. First thing, public speaking, like I said, it is a skill which everyone can develop. It is not like only some people can do it and the others cannot do it. You must have seen it yourself. I want everybody's microphones to be off, please, kindly. Yes. This is something which everyone can do it. It is not like only certain people in the school or class can do it and I cannot do it. If I kind of try to do a little bit of practice and do engage in the habits that we are going to suggest or we have suggested, you will automatically learn to start being able to speak better in front of people, uh, in a more effective manner. That is what essentially public speaking is about. Okay. So first thing, it is very important to let go of your fear. Like the first few days, first few sessions, I suggested this, that whatever fear you all have, whatever little thing that you are scared of, try to get past it. Try to do it and see whether or not you can manage to do it. Right? That is why the first activity was given to you all, to do, identify what your fear is and to do something in relation to that. So these kind of things will help you develop, or try to overcome your fear, not just of public speaking, any fear for that matter. Okay. Next thing, I asked you all to point down, list down the strengths and weaknesses. Why? Because I want you all to remember that just because something in one particular field we have not been able to do greatly, does not mean that we are absolutely no good. Just because I made a mistake on stage one day does not mean that I am a fool and that everybody will laugh at me. Even if people don't know, you should know this, that you have a lot of qualities and there are a lot of things which you are good at. Another thing, if you all noted, or if you all remember, I had said when you write strengths and weaknesses, instead of weaknesses, write down things I can improve, which means that even the things that I think are my weaknesses, are something which I can improve. If I'm not good at it today, does not mean I will not be good at it forever. So if I try to improve, if I work towards it, I can get better at it. That is why I had asked you all to point down the strengths and weaknesses. Even now, I want you all to make a beautiful chart and keep it in front of you all on your study table, where you can keep adding and subtracting. This is my strength now. This is something I want to improve or I can improve. And when it improves, cut it from that list and write it in your strength, that now I have become good at this. So this is something I want you all to practice lifelong. These things are not something just only for these 5 days or this 1 week or this summer camp. This is something, or this is not something that will help you only in public speaking. This is something that will help you in everything that you do. Even the younger children, class 3, 4, even for them, it is very important to start practicing these kind of things, to be aware of. I am very happy. I think Mehul had once sent me, the strengths and weaknesses, and whatever he wrote, I was very happy to see that he knows that he's impatient, or maybe I'm sure his mother might have helped him. But then, it is very important to be able to assess all these things about your own self. So this is very important. The next thing, I had given you all some elements to write a story of your own. So idea is to be creative. How you can get really creative with the basic simple things. Now, why I'm highlighting all these things again, I will tell you, because this is something which actually we will be presenting tomorrow in the session. So I want you all to please listen to me very carefully. Now, creativity is something, again, it can be developed. There are some people who are automatically, inherently creative, but it does not mean that you cannot develop your creativity. That is why this element of, 5 elements were given, and, make a story out of it. In fact, even I and Priyanka ma'am had also prepared a story of our own, or, how we could show that, the same elements can be used to make different kind of stories. If we have time, we will perhaps share this today or maybe in the next session. We'll get to that. And then another topic was about myself. Everybody's going and highlighting only certain particular things. I am this, I read in this class, I read in this school, this is my favorite color. There is a lot more that you can talk about yourself, when you have to talk about yourself as the topic. So even that we had prepared, that maybe we will share this today, about how you can be a little more creative and add new things in your own content whenever you're speaking anything. Okay, so creativity is very important. Now, related to creativity, we will have one task tomorrow, which I am going to give it to Prachi and Mehul, I think, but I'll explain that later. Okay. Then, when it comes to public speaking, certain habits are very important to develop. This is not something, yeah, you have heard the sessions, or taken the sessions and heard the lectures for say 4 5 days. This is not something that after the fifth day or the final session you all will come out as very great speakers. No, this is something you will have to constantly work upon, for which you have to take some measures. One is, please develop, the ones who really want to get better at speaking. And I said speaking is something which you need to develop in every field of your life, whatever career you choose, or wherever you go in life. So it is very important for us to develop the habit of reading. It is very, very important. The more you read, your vocabulary increases, your creativity increases, your imagination increases, your knowledge increases. So there is no end to the benefits of reading. I really sincerely urge all of you, please develop the habit of reading. Some of you might like a certain kind of a book, some of you might not like a certain kind of a book. For example, I've started reading, say, novels, but I might like it, you don't like it. Does not mean that you will not like reading books at all. If you have not liked one particular kind of a book, does not mean you will not like the other. So I don't want you all to just give up the idea of reading one just because you have not liked to read one book, or one book has not interested you. Maybe somebody is interested in a book which says a lot of stories. Somebody is interested in a book where it is about science fiction. Somebody might be interested in a book which is not about stories but about real facts, or a very motivational book. So everybody will have the different taste, which you will know only once you start reading different kinds of books. So this is a habit which you must most sincerely and most surely religiously start practicing in your life. Next thing is
Ma'am, can you please tell what is the difference between fiction book and non-fiction book?
yes. Yes, yes. Okay. So, fiction books are something where the story, the plot line, and the topic, the subject basically is a fiction is what? Is imagination. Okay. So that means it is not real. This is a figment of imagination of the author. So even if it is science fiction, it doesn't mean that whatever has been described in the book is really there. It is a figment of imagination, and on the basis of that imagination, that book has been created, or that story or subject, the entire storyline has been created. Okay, non-fiction is something where you're talking about either real events, real people, real incidents, or it could be something which is more to do with facts and figures or some motivational things where you will not find imaginary. Whatever is there in the book is not imaginary; it is real. So that is essentially the difference between fiction and non-fiction. Okay. Now, next, I was saying another habit that is very important to develop in case of public speaking is mm, trying to increase your vocabulary. Now, I think I said this in the last session also that, and I've given this task to Debangana, I think. As a practice, the ones who want to really get better at speaking or, maybe even writing, not only speaking, it is very important to, if you do not have the time for it every day, make it a practice every Sunday, open your dictionary and, just write down 5 interesting words that you have found, which you didn't know the meaning of. Okay, and you see, put them in, use them in a sentence and see how that can be used in a sentence. So that way your vocabulary increases, and whenever you are speaking, your presence of mind will increase. When you have a good vocabulary, when you are talking something, if it does not occur to you, the particular word you does not occur to you, you can use a synonym because you know different words. So it is very important to try and increase your vocabulary. So I would again request all of you all to start this practice that every Sunday, just once in a week, just sit down with 5 words, 3 new words, even if it is not three, just one new word. One new word and how that can be used in a sentence. Just use it in 2, 3 sentences while you are talking, and then automatically you will not forget it. Okay. So this is another practice. Then, how many of you have seen the videos that I shared in the group? That I think 2 days.
Ma'am, I have seen the video.
Okay.
Ma'am, all the videos.
Very good. Yes, ma'am. I have also seen all the videos.
I have seen.
Great, great. I appreciate. So the ones who haven't, not just those videos, any other videos, see videos of people giving a good speech or presentation in front of public. Listen to TED Talks more often. Then you will know creative ways of presenting a TED Talk, or how to speak in public. There are a lot of things that you see and you learn when you see them, when you actually visualize them. Okay, so it is very important to hear people. For example, you might not be interested in, say, public speaking, but you are very interested in cricket. So maybe there is a cricketer who has given a speech somewhere. Watch his interviews, watch his speeches. You will really like it. It will interest you also because you are interested in cricket. Also, you will also learn a lot, right? Because I was saying yesterday also, that even if you are an actor or a cricketer or something, you will have to give interviews, you will have to speak to people, right? So this is something that you will automatically need in almost any field of your life. Yes, videos, microphones off, please. Yes. The next thing, like I said, is just to remember that everybody makes mistakes, and just because I have made a mistake does not make me uh, a fool. Just because I have done something nicely today does not mean I've become an expert. So it is always very important to keep upgrading yourself and to remember your strengths and weaknesses and to keep working on your weaknesses. Okay. So now I will come to. I really hope, children, that you all have learned something at least from these few sessions. And I have always maintained, even before the public speaking sessions, also in school, also whenever we have sessions, I've always said, for any kind of help, any kind of anything that you want to talk about. I'm so sorry about this. Yes. So for any kind of a help about anything in life you want, I am always available for you all. And not just because this is my job, but because I really, really want to, reach out to each one of you for whatever things you all think. Any problem, you can always come and ask me. You can always contact me, and I'll try my best to help you all. Okay. So, children, I'd really like to say all the best with this, because again tomorrow is going to be the final session. We might not have a chance to speak at this length. So yes, thank you very much for all of you for the participation that you all have done, and I really appreciate. Okay, so now please note that there is one thing that we could not cover because of there was so much to cover in the few sessions that we had, is the importance of grammar, is the importance of the kind of language that you use. Okay, although it is important to have a very good vocabulary, it is also very important to focus on your grammar. For example, even if I'm not using very high funda words, but if my language is good, I will still be able to give a good presentation. For example, the very common mistake that everybody is making is, ma'am, I didn't wrote, okay, or I didn't went. Now you have to understand, when it is didn't or do or have or has, then you do not use the past participle. You use, ma'am, I didn't write instead of I didn't wrote. Ma'am, I didn't went. Instead of that, you will say I didn't go. I think this must have been taught to you in English classes, but this is something, this is the most basic mistake that all of us are making. Okay, so simple things, simple rules of grammar are very important to understand. I know this will not happen today. I have told you tomorrow, by tomorrow everybody will not improve on their grammar, but for that also it is very important to read or watch. There are, just like the TED Talk videos that I shared, there are some videos on YouTube which tell you about common English grammatical mistakes, or read more of your grammar. I mean, even in your English classes, focus on the grammar. If you don't understand something, ask your English teachers. Keep irritating them with your questions, but until and unless you understand the use of a particular thing in grammar, please don't leave it. It is going to help you really in any language for that matter. Even if we are talking in Hindi, if I'm talking in broken Hindi, I will not be interesting enough to my audience, right? Similarly for any language. But now that our medium of instruction is mostly and mainly English, you must focus on the grammar part of it. Okay, so please make sure that we don't make mistakes like, ma'am, I didn't went there, I didn't go there. Ma'am, I have wrote the answer, I have written the answer. So these things, either if you understand the grammatical syntax very clearly, you will be able to do, or by reading books or by hearing people talk in correct English. That is why I'm saying watch videos, read books, and watch videos which are talking about grammatical mistakes that we make it. That is going to help you really. Okay, I want you all
Ma'am,
to
do we
focus.
have to wear school uniform?
No, no, no. We can do it just like we are doing it now. Okay, you can wear your casuals. It's okay, but your videos will be on tomorrow. Everybody's videos will be on. Please, I don't want to keep repeating this again and again. This is a public speaking class. You must be ready to show yourself to everyone, because this is what you're going to be doing. When you're going to speak in front of public, you will be seen by them, not just by heard, not just be heard by them. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I'm Pratyush. I wanted to say that
Yes, Pratyush, go on. I can't hear you. Pratyush, I'm not able to hear you if you are saying something.
I am going to interview.
Yeah,
Whom am I going to interview?
you are going to interview an actor, which will be one of our students who will be playing the character of an actor. So Naman Agarwal, he's your senior from class 9. He will be
Excuse me, ma'am.
playing the role of an actor, and you will be asking him the question. Okay? Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Aisha.
Ma'am, I can do an advertise. Ma'am, I also want to participate.
I would love to have you, Aisha, but in fact, a lot of others who have done such interesting work. I really want to include all of you all. But again, what you can do is you can prepare the advertisement. Okay, if we have time for it, maybe in the middle of it, I will just tell Yachna to kind of, we can take a short break and come back after a 2-minute interval, and then you can present the advertisement. I will have
Okay,
to
ma'am.
do that. Okay, but just keep
Ma'am,
1 second. Just be
ma'am.
prepared. I might or might not give you the chance. Let me tell you that also, because it is depending on the time limit that we have. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you. But and all the children, everyone, Ananya, Jasdeep, Manika, Ayushi, Anoki, everyone actually. I really wanted to include all of you, all, especially the younger ones, Mishika, Manika. Manika has also sent me a video yesterday, very cute, and I mean, especially the younger ones have really. I really want to include each one of them, but because again the time does not permit, I am not able to do it. But next time we will get some or the other chance in the school. We keep doing so many activities, right? So please don't feel bad. Please remember the things I have told you all in the case of public speaking, and I hope we'll have a good session tomorrow. All the best, everyone. Any questions you all will ask me personally in my chat, and like I said, no more changes now, please. Is that okay? Any questions, anyone?
Ma'am,
No,
what
ma'am.
I have to do?
Who is that?
Ma'am, Anokhi.
Okay, Anoki, for now, I have not given you any task. Tomorrow, we will only, just like I and Priyanka ma'am will be watching the session tomorrow, you will also be watching it. Next time, we will think of some more activities to give to you all. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Acha, one thing I want to tell you all, okay? For example, because I saw this very commonly there that everyone was speaking about themselves, right? So I was just thinking, I just prepared a small this thing where, I also wanted, maybe I can share a video or I can introduce myself or talk about myself just to show you all what are the different things you can include when you're talking about yourself. If talking about yourself is the topic, rather than just saying I am studying in this, I am I have these many people in the family, or this is my name, this is my favorite color, and all that, there are some things that you can also uh, add, okay, to make it more interesting. So very quickly I will try and include the things that I have listed down, although I have not prepared it. I just thought that because we have time, 5 minutes now, I'll quickly share it, okay. So, yeah, hello everyone. I don't know if you know much about me other than my name, and I don't know if you would be interested to know much more about me than my name. But still, since I have got this platform, I would like to share a little bit about myself so that you know me better a little bit. So, I am Sneha, and by profession, I am a psychologist. I think this is something which everybody knows. But there are a few more things I would like to tell you all about myself. The first thing, if I talk about my personality, I am a Capricorn. I am by zodiac sign. I am a Capricorn. So I have the traits of a Capricorn, which are that Capricorns are very practical. They are sarcastic, and one more trait that I read somewhere is that they are like coconuts. That they're very hard from outside, but they're very soft from inside. I think these traits really apply to my personality. I think that yes, they work. I mean, they hold true for me. So yes, like a true Capricorn, I am practical, I am sarcastic, and I am. I although I appear very rough and tough and strict from outside, I am very soft from inside. I would like to believe that. And I have a lot of friends. I like making friends, but then there are very few selected people who are very in the inner circle of my life. So if you call very close friends or best friends, I have very few selected people. Although I am basically an approachable person, I like to talk to people nicely. But close friends, I have very few selected close friends. And I love, I'm a foodie. I love eating food, which you can make out looking at my figure also. So I am a foodie. I love reading books. I think one of the purpose of my life is to read books. I like writing also, a little bit of poetry or stories I write. And I am a nature enthusiast. I really get really concerned about our environmental practices. I like spending time with nature. I like traveling also. I like traveling a lot. Some more traits about myself. I think I'm very simple, straightforward. I can be sarcastic. I am a little stubborn. I think I'm very strong also. I am. I mean, when I think of it, I have seen that all these traits are starting with the letter S, which is also my name, Sneha. So yes, I have very strong likes and dislikes. I like to live my life on the basis of certain principles. And because I'm talking to all of you who are students, I would like to say just three things about myself, about my student life. First thing is when I was a student, I mean, all my student life, I have not taken tuitions in any one subject also. I mean, I am not boasting, but whatever I have done, I mean, I see this culture very dominant in the present time, that everybody is taking tuition, even from the kindergarten level, class 1 and 2. But I did my schooling or even my college without a single tuition in any subject, and I wasn't that bad also. Okay, I wasn't extraordinary a student, but I was not that bad also. The second thing was, where the after, when I cleared my 10th grade, I took the stream of arts, humanities. And when I took that decision, there was none of my friend who was in arts. Most of them were either in science or commerce. Nobody chose arts, but I was very sure I wanted to study arts. So this is one, I think, major decision that I took in my student life, which is to study arts because I was interested in it, rather than just going after what my friends are doing. I think this is very important for a student to understand, that friends you will make in whatever field you go, but what you want to study ultimately should really be very clear to you. And finally, the third thing that I want to share is, after my 12th, I took 1 year break, which I think not everybody would do. But not that I have done something very great, but I took a break because there were some situations at my home where I could not go out to study the subject I wanted to study. I have always wanted to study psychology, but for whatever reasons, I could not go out and study my subject. So I took a break that time. I decided to take a break rather than just going and studying anything or taking admission anywhere that I'm getting. I took that break time as to develop my interest. I have a little bit of interest in fashion designing. So I did a course, 1 year course in fashion designing, and then yes, Pandan, please, 1 minute. So I finished my 1 year course in fashion designing, and then I took to psychology. So the reason I'm sharing all this about myself with you all is the fact that I think as a student, these are things that may help, or help you all to take some decisions which are very important to you all. So yeah, that's about it for myself, from about myself, and thank you for hearing so much about somebody you may or may not have been interested in knowing. Thank you so much. Yes. So basically, if you all have seen, I have spoken for more than 5 to 6 minutes about myself, where I've not included what my family members are doing, how many family members I have, or what is my favorite color. So the reason I have shared such a long lecture about myself is the fact that you all can also think more creatively about how you can, add different things about your own self when talking about yourself. Simple things like your family members, your mother's favorite color, favorite food does not define you. There is more to you about it. So try to add that element of extra, that creativity in whatever you do, whatever is your subject. Okay, thank you. Yes, Pandan, you were asking me something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Pandan.
Ma'am, when we'll ask question, then who will ask question first?
Yachna Didi, she's going to the moderator. She will tell you. I think in your case, you will ask the question to Divyanshi first. Okay. When we introduce, when we talk about Divyanshi, you will be asking the question first, and after that, Preetham will ask the question. Okay. Yachna, the moderator will call out your names. Don't worry about it. Okay. So yes, children, thank you so much for hearing patiently. Is there anything anybody wants to say? Priyanka ma'am, if you want to share anything, or we can just wrap up.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Already we are about to be at 10 o'clock. We are about to strike 10, so I'll not say much. But yes, just like ma'am has told, there is much more to yourself besides your favorite color and besides your number of family members. Try whenever you're introducing yourself, try to pinpoint on your characteristics. Try to pinpoint who you are rather than what you like and how many members you are associated with. And yeah, okay, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, children. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. At tomorrow's session is at 11:15. Please log in a little early. Log in by 11:10 so that at least the participants, all of us, are there before the guests. Okay. So all the best, everyone. Any questions, you all can personally call me or message me. I will try and address to all of you all as soon as I can. And please be well prepared. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Most welcome. Bye bye.